Hey, Brian from Garage Mall. Today we have the DEERC H120 high-speed racing boat. Super excited about this little guy. We have a bunch of lakes around here, and there's nothing more fun than to watch these things race around on the water. So let's open this up and see what we got inside. As you can tell, it comes very well packed. There's a little tight in that box to get that out of. Alright, so right away you get the instruction manual, which is pretty short and sweet. Caution for batteries. Squeaky styrofoam. Just cut that open. So right away, there's some more foam on here. A little protector in the back, and then that is your boat. So you can pull that out. So that's pretty cool. And it has this little piece on the side. It is actually liquid cooled, so it'll actually bring water into and around the motor and then spit the water back out. So that'll be actually pretty cool to watch and see. And then you have a little clasp here, and that will open your watertight compartment. And that is just your cover. And then you have another compartment underneath here that basically you are opening this way. So you get like two watertight compartments, because the neat thing about this is if it does roll over, it will upright itself. And then it's got a little nifty latch in there. And then here is basically some more instructions on how this thing operates. A silica pack to keep everything nice and cool in there. So that is your battery hookup. And then you can see the tubing that runs through. So it actually looks like it pulls water in through here, and they'll probably spit it out the side for the water cooling. So that is very cool, and that's where your battery is ultimately going to go. So we'll leave that lid off for the time being. Let's see what else we get in here. It's like your boat stand and your charger, which is actually what I was looking for. So we're going to grab the batteries next. So that's your accessory pack. It has a little protective nose cone if you need that. And that's your charger. And again, it doesn't come with a charging block, but use, one that comes with your cell phone, your laptop, or your desktop to charge the batteries. And it looks like we got the batteries taped in here on the other side. Take a look. So that's battery number 1. And battery number 2. And then while we're here, we'll pull out the remote. And man, styrofoam is noisy. Okay, so that's your remote. So it's got some little protective foam pieces on the joysticks. Pull them off. And then tips on pairing. So this tag basically says the boat must be first in the water before pairing, which is a cool little feature on it, because if you look at that propeller, this thing does spin pretty fast. So if it's not engaged in water, the propeller won't accidentally spin when you hit the remote. So great safety feature. One thing I love about these little guys. This is a battery compartment on the back of your remote, and they do give you a screwdriver. So you can open it up, and let's see what kind of batteries this guy takes. It's got a little screw for your compartment, and that pulls down, and it looks like these are 4 AA batteries that you're going to need for that. So while I get that, I'm going to get this one set of batteries charging, so you can bring it down to the lake and give you a demo and watch how much fun this thing is to race around. And you'll see it has 2 different connections on it. So one's for the charger, one's for the boat. So the white one lines up with the white piece, obviously, and that is going to be your charger for the battery. So we're going to plug this in, and with our handy dandy power block here, and it's got a little red flashing light, and I believe that means that it is charging. So once that charged, my delusion is either the light's going to go out or it's going to turn green, except I didn't see a green light in there. So we'll let that charge for a little bit. We'll get batteries through the remote, and we'll be right back. All right, so we're back with the AA batteries for the boat remote. And you got to look at your orientation. It's kind of hard to see, even with all this studio lighting. Okay, so that's going to be your positive side using the AA Amazon batteries. And then again, that's going to be a spring on that side. Then we'll put the cover back on. And we will try not to let the screw bounce out. We'll put the screw back into the cover. All right, we're going to let the battery charge up for the boat a little bit longer, and we'll meet you down at the lake. All right, we're down at the lake. We're going to put the charged battery in the boat. So again, I had put everything kind of somewhat back together. Okay, so you're going to see where it clips together. You got that little clip that goes on the bottom, connected to the top, and you'll hear kind of a little bit of a click. So when you're disconnecting it, you're going to have to grab this top clip here and the sides, and it'll kind of like wiggle itself out. So it makes a pretty good connection. So it'll be self-explanatory once you see it in person. So, and then we'll put the little battery in its little holding spot. Just kind of like slide it in through like that. Make sure these are down and out of the way. And it does give you directions on there which way to have it facing. So putting this little tab in the front here, and you want to have it so it crosses over that little seam, because it's going to kind of rest in this little watertight area. So just kind of like lift it up, push it forward and down, and then you'll see it kind of like mold itself right into where it's got to go. And then you're going to be locking all these tabs to make it waterproof. And then the top tab we just kind of put down like that, and then we're ready to go. Okay, so again, once you put it in water, it's going to start making a connection, and then we'll hook it up to the remote. Set it down into the water, and we'll push it out there. All right, so we got the boat in the water. Turn on your remote, and it will make the connection. And then we just that's your throttle. Oh, away she goes. So you can go in slow mode. Super fast racing mode. It's got some pretty good range on it. And you can see some pretty cool tight turns. And then on this controller, it actually tell you how much percentage of throttle that you have. Hopefully you can see that. And you can go in reverse, which back forward. So this thing is a lot of fun. Anyway, Brian from Garageable Hall, and that's your DEERC speedboat. Be safe out there.